Where am I?
Hello, gamers. I have a question for the audience.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the audience, so
No,
this isn't directed at me.
You're the present audience. Really, this is my show, and everyone who co-hosts or guests on it is part of the audience.
Pretty much.
Are you mad at me saying that on Twitter that the podcast was my show?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that was a reference to that.
No,
Also, it sounds like there's someone else in the Bad Boy Crime
We have
Studios.
someone else
Oh, yeah. I think there might be.
Who's this?
Would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is COMRADE. Could also be Rick or Nick. Who knows? But
Could
this
be.
is it could be anything really. I dare you to find out.
I don't. I want you to waste all of your energy listening to this podcast. The Dark Souls of wasting your time.
Podcast Rick. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen, Morty.
Ah, God.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna check out Skillshare. Have you done your thing, or are you?
I've decided my thing was a little bit too racist, so I'm going to forego it.
Did it have something to do with Chinese New Year? Because that's what you were looking up right before we were recording.
Sure. Let's say it had to do with that.
It's worse. Honestly, it would be worse if it didn't.
Yeah, but there's sweet noodles, I think, was the other possibility.
Yeah.
Chinese flavored things.
G2.
Yeah, I do have a G2.
Not a sponsor, but how great's G2
It's
Gatorade?
half the sugar.
Oh, wow. There's a new Gatorade? I did not know that.
It's not new. It tastes like cough syrup, but in a good way.
Yeah, it's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah.
We have Comrade. He's a long-time fan of the show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 7 whole months, I think.
That's a long time.
That's a long time, yeah.
Yeah, it's too long to have been listening and not spun off and done your own podcast yet.
That's true, yeah.
Or developed a deep-seated hatred for me, or both.
Maybe we need a spin-off of just like a anti-coach podcast.
I'm sure there would be plenty of takers.
I'll co-host. I'll produce.
Yeah. Yep. Sure you would.
If somebody else is running it, I think I'm in the clear. I'm just an assistant.
Well, there you go. What would it be called? Coach's assistant. How about that? No, it's like talking coach. The coach's assistant.
the coach weekly coach recap podcast.
Yeah, just the playbook.
Everybody, that's good. That's good.
Coach's playbook. Yeah.
Coach's playbook. Let's go.
I think I got this, dude.
And the twist is the anti-coach coach weekly recap podcast. Coach's playbook is hosted by me.
That's
a solo podcast.
That's what makes it interesting, I think. Really turning it on its head.
I'm inventive. I'm a forward-thinking individual.
What if we just did a spin-off podcast that's also just me and Coach? We just have 2 podcasts. One that's just like slightly more serious about true crime.
I mean, I would hope if we're spinning off a podcast, we better not talk about true crime at all. Because I fucking hate it.
It is one of the dumbest things about this podcast.
I mean, the research is like fairly easy though, because you type just crime stupid and then like some word.
Yeah, type of person or region of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Today, Nick Oldershaw posted something in the Doom Scroll Discord, and I was just like, well, I'll take that.
You were just bragging about it. You were like, I was prepared early. You guys...
I was at the grocery store and he posted something. And I was like, good enough for me. I was prepared.
I hope we don't have the same story. I don't think we do, but
you got is your story is from Doom Scroll?
No, yeah. I left the Doom Scroll Discord because certain members were DMing me the N-word.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Nice.
What a question. I mean, it's a great question. I encourage you to stay curious.
Folks, who is sending the N-word to Skillshy? Vote now on your phones.
Oh, man.
Sound off in the Discord.
Yes, no one knows. I will do my crime because it's very quick and it's fun. Everyone likes it. I'm sure everyone's heard the story at this point, where Jason Derulo committed battery against two individuals after being referred to by the name Usher.
Oh, wow.
Usher, baby.
Very funny because Jason Derulo, for the last decade, is famous for saying his name and nothing else. To get his name wrong, very funny.
He was in Cats, right?
No, that's James Corden.
No.
Pretty sure Jason Derulo was in Cats.
I think Jason Derulo is, and then his whole persona for a while was that he had a big dick, and oops, I took a photo of it. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, he was in Cats. So actually,
so much less about Jason Derulo than you guys.
I don't even know what he looks like. I just know that fact.
I'm looking at a picture of him. And I'm like, wow, I thought that was Usher.
Yeah, I don't actually know what he looks like.
Look worse as a cat.
Yeah, he looks fine. Does he have the Windows 95 logo tattooed on his chest?
Wait, really?
No, but it looks like it. It looks like it.
No, it doesn't.
It kind of does in this photo. I'll send the article to you guys, so you guys know the photo that I am looking at. So what I didn't know about this story...
Oh, okay, yeah. When it's cropped like that...
Yeah.
It kind of looks like Loss, you know?
Oh, boy.
So what I didn't know about this story, I thought that someone was walked up to Jason Derulo and was like, "Hey, Usher, big fan." And then Jason Derulo lost it. But what actually happened is a guy just yelled, "Hey, Usher, fuck you, bitch," to Jason Derulo. Very funny.
Was he more so wait, was he upset because he's like, wow, I'm standing up for my boy Usher? Or was he just like, wow, fuck this guy for thinking once he said after Usher, I didn't hear a word.
He's just enraged. I don't know.
He also doesn't look like Usher, so
I honestly don't know what Usher looks like.
Yeah, I was going to say Jason Derulo looks like he's probably sweaty all the time.
Oh yeah, he does not look like Usher at all.
Yeah.
They're just both black.
Yep. And they both have earrings, and that's pretty much it.
I mean, in these two photos that I'm looking at, they're both wearing red. So honestly, right. I understand.
I mean, how many black guys with earrings who are wearing red could there possibly be, and who are musicians? I mean, that is...
Yeah, that's narrow.
How many could there be? I don't know. Man, it's a real question.
I'm surprised you didn't call him Jamiroquai. I just wanted to say Jamiroquai.
How great's Jamiroquai, though?
It's pretty good.
Great.
I was listening to him 2 days ago.
Dude, Usher looks terrible in this photo, by the way. That is not a fit.
No. He's got a rock climbing rope on his zipper.
Yeah. It's all it all looks like he got dressed up as a small child. The rest of his clothes are actually very large and we just can't see.
Yeah, how many collars is he popping in this? 3?
Yeah, looks like it. Yes.
Oh, Usher.
I typed Ursher into Google instead of Usher, and like in Urban Dictionary, not the first one, but the second one, the past tense verb of Urshered is apparently the act of letting your girlfriend / wife put on a strap on and give it to you like Usher did. So I didn't know that about him, but now I do, and so does everyone else.
Yeah, I didn't. So does Usher have a song where he like talks about giving it to someone, or it gets pegged? I guess. Yeah.
It's
been a
I don't
while.
know enough about music that isn't twice.
It's been a while since high school, so I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah, I caught something on the Ursher tour. I had to let it burn. It's a little Kanye lyric for you.
Nice.
Speaking of Kanye,
Oh yeah, you're talking about Kanye. I'm shocked.
what is going on, dude?
What's going on in the news? I'm confused.
He's been in the news like nonstop. He's been in the news nonstop for quite a while at this point. There's
the pinata with the number 4.
His daughter turned 4 yesterday.
Wow. Was Kimberly there?
Kimberly was there.
That's great.
Yeah. He was supposedly turned away from the party by security and not told where the party was at first. And then he had to seemingly trade a feature on his next album to Travis Scott to get the address.
Oh man. Wait, is Travis Scott married to like one of Kim's sisters? Is that a thing?
Yeah, Kylie, I think.
That's pretty.
They have a child named Stormy.
That's rad. That's cool that Kanye is no longer like the most embarrassing member of that family.
I think the most embarrassing member of that family is Kris Jenner, but that's just me.
Yep.
Hot take alert.
Yeah, you could have taken that a whole other way.
Who?
The other parent. I don't know.
Oh.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner. There you go.
Caitlyn
I wouldn't say that, though. Yeah, exactly. Caitlin's doing well.
Caitlin's going to be governor of California or something.
I don't know if I like that.
I mean, we did really well with Schwarzenegger. That's my high school diploma has his name on it.
That rules.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Why did he sign your high school diploma?
Dude, because I graduated from high school in California, and the governor signs your diploma. Wasn't like I brought it to him.
You ran into him on the day.
Does every state do that?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna go fucking look. This is
so.
bothering me.
You have your high school diploma with you?
Is at the ready. If he finds this in under 2 minutes, honestly, I'm ending the show. Like
that's a lot. Yeah.
I don't have any documents about my entire life at the ready.
Oh yeah. I found out that I graduated from college like maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, because I was going to apply for student aid again. And then I found out that I graduated because they were like, we're not going to give you more. So that's a good way to find out, I guess.
Breaking news.
Yep.
The governor did not sign my diploma.
Damn, dude, you probably didn't graduate then. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't surprise anyone.
How did you not know you graduated college?
I never signed in to check the grades. They let you walk before. So they let you walk before your finals happen. So basically, I walked, and then I was just like, well, the thing I needed to achieve in college is done, which is that my parents and grandparents saw me walk across the stage.
Yeah,
so
all that matters is that they think you graduated.
Exactly. Yeah, because like, is someone gonna be like, oh, I have to see the actual art diploma that you have before I give you a job as a fry cook? Like, that's not. It's not in any way useful. So, yeah.
Spongebob is a fried cook. He's a fry cook.
Perfect. Yeah. That was my inspiration.
I believe he's also an art major.
Was
I
he?
remember. I don't know. I remember the episode where he was drawing a circle really well.
I don't think. I don't know if SpongeBob went to college. I don't know if SpongeBob graduated high school. Like, I don't know what the Bikini Bottom education system really looks like.
SpongeBob level of education.
I don't think Patrick definitely didn't.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay, he's in boating school. Yeah, we know that.
I mean, he could have gone to college, considering I basically ended up with that job after college. So it doesn't show that he hasn't.
I just think he just doesn't seem like he has the mental fortitude for college.
Okay, according to SpongeBob.fandom.com/wiki, he is in boating school. He did go to Bikini Bottom school during childhood, and then it just says high school.
So he presumably graduated high school.
Yeah.
Which implies Patrick did too, kind of.
I mean, do we know how old any of them are?
I'll look it up. I always felt like SpongeBob was like 32, but does this say?
He's definitely too old to be continuously in boating school and never able to pass.
Yeah.
It's pretty dark, yeah.
Yeah.
SpongeBob age.
SpongeBob's like a neurodivergent king, good representation for the young peoples.
Okay, this is what's going on here.
What? I'm confused.
He's 35.
Damn.
He's 12 in the debut, 13 before the episode SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout, 14 since then, and now he's 35.
He's 35.
He's 35, dude.
That show has been running for, I guess they aged him. That's great.
Yeah, the first episode was 99. So, good for you, Sponge. Now I got to look up Patrick's level of education.
This is Bad Boy Crimes.
It's very
True Crime Podcast.
All right.
I want to know if he's more likely to be a criminal. Think about that.
It's kind of classist of you.
Yeah.
Is it classist? Rich people don't go to school either.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Personality dumb. A little rude. A little rude. He's 33. Does not say his level of education.
Patrick's younger than SpongeBob? He aged like shit.
Dude, apparently Patrick died. I don't know if you guys saw that. But
I didn't hear about Patrick Star.
It looks like when I'm looking, Patrick died of food poisoning in the episode "Death in the Pineapple."
Patrick went to community college, so he is more educated than SpongeBob.
What the fuck?
That's great. Patrick is more educated than a lot of people. Actually, that's great.
He's as educated as Barn Dog.
Nice.
He's as educated as the hosts of the Doug Zone. Maybe
he's more educated than the host of Bad Boy Crimes.
Not me.
No, not you. You are highly educated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a smart boy.
You got an art minor, dude.
I
I
won't let you forget it.
As discussed, smarter than getting an art major.
Yeah,
that is actually 2 years better.
I only took like 5 classes for it, so 2 years.
Yeah,
not even that.
That's great. I could have gotten the same thing out of that. That's awesome. All right,
is that what you want to go back to school for?
Yeah,
you want to get an art minor this time.
Exactly.
I've heard this is better.
Yeah, a minor and major in art. I think that would be good. No, I think I would. That would be perfect.
I mean, it's art. There's been so many advancements probably since you got your art major.
That's true.
Art famously does change a lot.
I mean, they did. I did do photography, and they did invent the iPhone since I got my degree. So basically, yeah. So yeah, I could learn how to use that. Cool.
Yeah, I think we should go back to college every 10 years for a little update.
Download some patch, get the patch notes for all the
a little DLC
content.
education.
Yeah.
I think we pay enough that's viable.
Todd Howard, get to work on that.
The director?
He's the
Is he the governor of Texas? Is that who it is?
That's
Todd Howard of Bethesda Games.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
is the governor of Texas. I wish that'd be really funny.
They have Governor Hot Wheels, Greg Abbott.
Oh,
which I know because my close personal friend Coach,
my bestie,
is a Texan. He's from Texas. Anyway, you were going to say something about something before I interrupted you, suggesting you get an art minor.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I actually have my crime.
Ooh.
If you want to do that, I did all my research.
Spill the tea, sis.
Oh, yeah. So let me see real fast. Sure, you guys have heard of lions before, right? You guys know you guys know about these?
I've seen them in picture books.
So they're pretty cool.
Them in pop-up books.
They're pretty cool. And here, though, unluckily, they are very cool. So because of that, like anything cool, they can commit crimes.
Uh-huh.
So I have
only cool things can commit crimes.
That's true.
Like billionaires,
the biggest criminals,
the coolest people. Jeffrey Bezos, Elon Musk, very cool people.
So you might have heard of these lions before. They're very famous as far as criminals go.
The Berenstain Lions.
Yeah, the Berenstain Lions, exactly.
Actually, it's the Berenstain Lions.
So these lions were super racist, and they were eating people.
Can't be doing both of them.
No, you can't do both.
Were they specifically eating one type of people?
Oh yeah, no, they were. So this was in Uganda in 1898.
I feel like there maybe only was one type. Of
yeah,
person.
I was like, that's not really racist. That's just
See, you would think that, but in 1898 the British were there, and they were building a railway across Africa. So I guess they could get from.
I could get behind that. Faster. I do love trains.
They are cool, and that is.
I'm sure everyone was paid accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So they were building a bridge in this area called Savo, and that's actually in Kenya at that point. And basically, workers started getting grabbed in the night, dragged off, and eaten.
Uh-oh.
And not good.
Lions got to eat. Let's be real.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, normally I'm on the side of the animals, but Mother Nature was in conflict with trains, and I got to give it to the trains.
That's true. Yeah, I was thinking about that with whether or not the lions are bad, because technically they're also fighting against colonialism.
That also, it's a real gray area.
Perhaps fighting the wrong side of colonialism.
Oh, the British? Is that's the good side? It's like that doesn't seem like.
Well,
you never know.
Who's to say?
Yep. Yeah. So workers on the trains. They were referred to as coolies, which I looked up, and it is not racist unless you were in Jamaica or somewhere in the Caribbean. So
all of our Jamaican listeners are up in arms right now.
I'm sorry to that. It's basically refers to people they brought from India to work in Africa. Because the British were really big on basically enslaving people and sending them to other places.
Really?
Yeah, they were really into that. Just being like, well, we can't use the workers here. We have to steal their jobs and also enslave someone else. At the same
It costs money to eat, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so these are the workers getting dragged off. Are the people mostly of like South Asian descent. And it was getting really bad. They had to shut down. They had to fully shut down the construction. There's a very solid quote from the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Lord Salisbury.
Like Salisbury steak?
Yeah, exactly like Salisbury steak. Yeah, no, Lord Salisbury. He says, the whole of the works were put to a stop because a pair of man-eating lions appeared in the locality and conceived a most unfortunate taste for our workmen. At last, the laborers entirely declined to carry on unless they were guarded by iron entrenchments. Of course, it is difficult to work a railway under these conditions. Until we found an enthusiastic sportsman to get rid of these lions, our enterprise was seriously hindered. So, really awesome way of talking about these guys all getting eaten.
It was a different Salisbury that came up with Salisbury steak.
Yeah,
if you eat Salisbury steak, you're canceled.
You're fine actually. Just some American physicist, or no, not physicist, physician. Those are different things.
Yeah.
So he designed it as like a superfood. Is that what you're saying? Like a physician?
Let's see. His career. Salisbury served as a physician during the American Civil War for,
wow, I
think the Union.
Please be the Union.
He's from New York, so I would assume I would assume that doesn't. But and he became convinced that diarrhea suffered by the troops could be controlled with a diet of coffee and lean chopped beef steak.
Yep.
So I guess as a anti-diarrhea thing, he came up with the Salisbury steak.
Oh my god!
Which, you know, if you've had some of those frozen ones,
it's definitely the most delicious medicine I've had in my life.
Did it work?
Probably not, but
did the opposite.
But as far as medicines go, it tastes pretty good.
I don't feel like coffee and loose meat would really be a kind of the gravy. Just doesn't seem like it would work that way, but.
Well, the way to stop diarrhea is just to diarrhea everything out of yourself, so there's nothing left. The faster you do that, the quicker the problem's over. Mm-hmm. I'm a doctor.
Hey, that works. That makes sense to me.
That's fine by me.
Oh, is it my turn?
Oh no, I'm not done yet.
Sorry. Oh, you're not done yet? Oh, wow.
I was doing an intro. All right.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh yeah, the lions.
Anyway, yeah, there were lions eating people. That's my crime. No, so eventually,
that's how it would go on this show. Okay, like,
so
we've done elephants killing people.
So eventually,
was one of the lions named Osama bin Laden?
Oh man, no, I wish their names were cool though. It was Shadow and the Darkness. These are cool lions. Like they're kind of the heroes in many ways.
Honestly, it's the lionesses who do the hunting. Mm-hmm. So,
these lions had no manes, so they were perhaps
they were lionesses.
You know, they're
girl boss stays winning.
Yeah, exactly. They might have just been. Yeah, they were maneless male lions.
We stan women on this podcast. Yep. I think we can all agree that we all stan women. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right, folks?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We are in agreement that we all do. That present company stands women.
We all stan women.
That's great.
Honestly, my sexual awakening was in 1994 watching Nala. So, honestly, I'm on.
When you were, what, like 2?
Good.
Is that when Lion King came out? 94?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
They had one of the largest toy, like the toy deal that they did with Burger King was one of the biggest of all time. Very successful. I've been watching a lot of weird YouTube shit, man.
I had a very lame Lion King board game that, like, no matter how well you played at the end, you had to like flip Simba onto Scar using like a little catapult, and
So it's like
it's
Mousetrap.
it's like Mousetrap with a catapult. So I mean that sounds cool, right? But
Mousetrap is such a cool game, but it fucking sucks.
yeah,
You don't do anything until you get to the end, and then it's like it happens, and you're like, "Cool, I could have just set this off whenever."
exactly. Yeah, that's the only real reason to do it. All right, so after all these guys got killed, like, and we're talking like 100 dudes. Like these lions were eating a lot of people. Like lowest number is 35, highest number is 135. So I'm assuming it's 135. You know, it's gotta hope for the best on that. Yeah. So this dude, what's his name? Patterson, Lieutenant Colonel, sorry, John Henry Patterson, arrived just before the killings and disappearances began. And he hunted those lions, and he had to shoot them like 20 times.
Patterson, I hardly know her, son.
Nice.
But yeah, for some reason he had to shoot them just a ton of times because I guess you can't like shoot lions
It's not a one
just
and done
once
kind
and
of
kill
thing.
them. Yeah, no, it's
They're
like
big.
20 times. Yeah.
There's also guns were not that good.
I doubt he was getting a full headshots. You know.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of. It says there's like shot it 3 more times, severely crippling it. Then he shot it 3 more times with a third rifle, twice in the chest and once in the head, which killed it.
Doing
So-
gun swapping.
Yep, he had 3 rifles. It's god. But yeah. So anyway, like the Lions ate 135 people, and then the British, had shipped them there, and then they saved them eventually. So anyway, the villain of this is potentially the Lions, or it's the British Empire.
I like to believe it's the British Empire.
I think man is the real
Mhm.
monster.
That's a good point. Yeah.
What if every episode we just say humanity is the crime and move on?
I mean, we'd be right.
We would be right.
That and being right is being true, and that's true crime, baby. Let's go.
There you go.
Wheeling and dealing. Bad boy crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Join the Discord.
Folks, join the Discord.
Unless you suck, then don't.
Even if you suck, join the Discord.
No. We need to curate impeccable vibes, you know. And sometimes the vibes have been impeccable.
It's been surprisingly good.
No, it's been good recently.
Yeah.
I'm not going to on mic say why.
Yeah, I'm sure no one knows.
Well, we're thinking of 2 different things.
Okay.
Both of them are not necessarily incorrect. Skillshine knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's fine. You know. And we're going to talk about this on mic, and people will be like, is it me? Is it, do I think I know who this is? And it's like, maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's going to keep you listening, though.
Who knows?
His personal life that improved, and now he has a better outlook.
Oh, that's good.
Me?
Yeah.
My personal life's still bad.
I was giving you an out.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm doing great, guys.
I was really excited for a minute. I was like, damn, dude, finally, my spell worked.
No, I'm doing great, man. Life is going swell. Everybody can tell that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is your shirt covered in spiders or weed
No, they're
leaves?
covered in
Palm
palm
trees.
trees
Okay, yeah.
and little island
Nice.
things.
I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt right now.
Yeah, are you?
I am.
It looks like you are, yeah.
God, fuck you.
Oh, wow.
Fuck you. Okay, because this was a visual bit. We need to describe what happened. So Skillshare had a shirt on, and it just looked like a red-orange colored shirt that had nothing on it. And then he like stands up straight, or I guess sits up straight, and then it has like Hawaii written on it in white lettering, and then it has the little islands.
Yeah.
That's his fucking Hawaiian shirt. Fuck you.
A really good bit.
When I worked at the candy factory, we had a Hawaiian shirt day as like a team building thing. and I wore this shirt, and nobody appreciated it.
Do you think people like got it, or they just were like,
"Oh,
you
people
didn't get the
got
memo"?
People got it, but the guy who won had a horrible Hawaiian shirt, but he also had like a straw hat, and they're like, "This guy wins," and I was like, "That's not a Hawaiian shirt, you dweebs."
Yeah, but the straw hat's kind of cool. I should
It
try
was
and
cool.
I should try
Well,
and force a Hawaiian shirt day at my office so I can be like, I'm wearing a straw hat and a Hawaiian shirt, and they'll be like, pretty Hawaiian. And I'll be like,
Yeah,
I
that
have
would
an
be
art
good.
minor.
There you go. That's all you need, really. Are straw hats Hawaiian? Do they have straw in
No.
Hawaii? Yeah, I don't think. I feel like
I'm
that's a
sure
thing
they
to
do,
have.
but
What are
I
they
mean, I
gonna
don't know
use
what
it
they
for?
do and don't have in Hawaii, other than they have a housing problem. They do have that.
Yeah.
They have
And the white man came to the islands,
Oh man,
making their people homeless. That's a problem too.
that's why I've never been there. Because I am a
that's
good
why
person.
I'll never go. Is this link gonna work? I'm gonna link you guys the hat that he had. This is not him wearing it.
I prefer if you Zelda us the hat that he had.
Nice one.
You people say I don't do bits. Oh yeah, that's a fun straw hat.
It's a
That's the hat that the guy in One Piece wears.
Sure.
I think. I don't know. I don't
Okay,
watch
yeah,
it.
yeah. These
I
things
only
are
say
cool.
that
wearing
because
that.
I have Netflix on in the back, like not on, like, but it's doing the
Yeah.
slideshow thing where it shows us all the different shows, and One Piece is on there, and I was like, hey, I made a connection with my brain and shared a thought, and that's what podcasting is all about. That's a
neural
little tip,
pathways, dude.
and they're
It's
firing
like-
off.
My
It's
neural
kind of,
pathways are
yeah.
like walk-avators in the airport.
Is that good?
I don't.
I don't know. Yours are like a footpath in the forest.
I like that. It's kind of whimsical. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, they go somewhere exactly.
It's like a little Hansel and Gretel scene in your brain.
I don't know what that means.
Just little footpaths, and you're getting lost in there.
I do get
It'd be
lost
like-
in my
You
brain
got little
sometimes.
kids walking around in your memory all the
Whoa.
Oh wow.
time.
At least I don't have a 16-year-old harassing me to come on the podcast.
That's because he doesn't. It's still harassing me to come on your podcast.
Shut up. Charlie is not allowed on the podcast until he turns 18.
Does Charlie listen to the podcast?
No,
No.
but now he might. One day he might.
He might.
He will
did
be
listen
called
to
the fuck out.
He did listen to the Doug Zone.
Why would you
Okay.
listen to the Doug Zone if you want to be on Bad Boy Crimes? I know it was the episode you were on, but
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very funny that he did that.
it's like getting your foot in the door. You know, it's it's like when me and Marty eventually start a podcast, anyone can come on, and it's the step to the Doug Zone.
Which is a step to here.
Exactly.
but here is
yeah.
a stat that it doesn't go anywhere. This is the, this is the
That's it.
peak of the
Yeah, exactly.
BBC
Mhm.
podcast network.
Yeah.
We should make
Yeah.
a fake fucking podcast network for all this stupid
That's
bullshit.
that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that the Doug Zone could get Doug Walker on their podcast. Like, it wouldn't be.
It's not unreasonable. It could
hard.
happen.
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could happen.
Which is why we got to get Doug Walker on first.
yeah, I could email him. That's all I'm saying. I don't know him in any way. but
You could email him though.
I feel like I would give a better pitch than anyone else would. Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody would take it seriously, but you think it would be
Oh,
funny if it worked out.
Yeah, if he went there and then hopefully
When I-
he hadn't listened to any of them.
When I reach out to guests, I do
Not
it
that
because
late.
I think it's funny to reach out to them.
Yeah.
But you would do it and be like, it would be really cool if you went on this podcast that I'm a fan of.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, wow, I really want to hear you guys interact.
I would say you should send that to Dalton, but that's not a good idea.
No, I do not want Dalton on the show. But we did confirm a guest on Twitter.
Oh yes, we did. So
Pretty big
Oh
guest.
wow.
Pretty big guest.
My
a
God.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
This is how we get you in for next week or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The
At least
future.
how we get you to check the Twitter.
At Bad Boy Crimes Pod, and the pinned tweet on the Twitter is the Discord, so you can join the Discord there. It's so easy.
And the pin message in the Discord is don't say the N-word.
Red Bull, you're on notice. You haven't been off notice. Please don't say it on my streams either.
Does he still come to your streams?
No, I haven't streamed in a while though either.
Yeah.
So he'll pop in like occasion, not as much as he did in the early days. I think getting kicked from the Discord kind of
It soured him.
it soured him on me, even though I had nothing to do with it. But
Absolutely, yeah.
I did tell him not to say it though, so that's.
I had to tell him not to say it quite a few times.
I think probably everyone there had to tell him to not say it.
But he kept saying it, so I had to tell him if he kept saying it, I would kick him. And then he said it again, so I kicked him. And
the thing about saying it is that you can't say it.
You can't say it.
Unless you can, and then you can say it as much as you want. But if you can't, you can't. And that's it. You know?
I say it as much as I want, which is none.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had the correct opinions.
I was gonna say people definitely say it in my neighborhood a lot, but I'm not one of the people allowed to because I'm not incredibly racist or black. Those are the two options. It would be really weird if I said it. I think.
Try it out.
No,
No, it wouldn't sound good coming from you.
no, it wouldn't. It's my voice is too nasally.
It would sound like super, like it would sound dumb if I said it, but I feel like if you said it, I'd be like, ooh, yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, should I get into my man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you know what I mean? All right. So this
Get
is,
into that, man.
this is my bad boy, and he's a pretty bad fella. It's Todd Christopher Kohlhepp.
Okay.
I don't know
right.
if I'm spelling that right. It's like KOHLHEPP. So like coal, like coals, and then hep, like hepatitis. I don't know. He's also known as the Amazon review killer.
Oh man.
Yeah. So this guy's had I listened to a whole hour and a half video about this guy today, and reading the Wikipedia article, I can see where the video got a lot of its information from. So this dude was born in 1971 and like was a fucked up kid. You know, he's one of the ones who's like
he grew
doing
up in
animal
Fort
cruelty.
Lauderdale.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
That's pretty fucked
That is
up.
is where he was born. But he was raised in South Carolina, and South Carolina is a place we'll be returning to later. But he was, you know, shoot dogs with BB gun. He killed a goldfish by just pouring bleach in it. He was
like
described
in fish's mouth.
no, just like into the bowl or whatever.
Okay, I don't want to seem like I'm a serial killer, but that doesn't sound like a fun way to do an animal murder.
Yeah, I mean, you could be like experimenting, I guess.
I think in his
Like
defense, he was like acting out about something else. I don't think he was like, I want to kill the goldfish. He's like, I have to kill the goldfish because of this other thing.
Like, I mean,
You know,
I guess
It makes perfect sense.
That makes more sense. There you go.
like as an observer, you're just like, this is like you're just watching a fish essentially die of old age, but like faster.
Well,
Wait, is that what
they didn't have time lapse back in
I
in the
imagine
70s.
I imagine it just like is not
Dying.
breathing.
It probably just flips over immediately, like
Yeah,
and looks a little whiter. You know.
yeah, like it's not gonna.
the water is really clean.
Maybe he was just cleaning the tank and he just got confused.
That's what I think. This kid.
Yeah,
He's
he was
misunderstood.
Yeah.
he was allegedly preoccupied with sexual content at the age of 9, which is always
It's too
great.
early.
His father later said that the only emotion his son was capable of was anger. He spent 3.5 months in a Georgia psychiatric hospital because he was just bad. And then because his parents were divorced, so in '83 he went to Arizona with his biological dad, where he apparently inherited his father's hobby of collecting weapons and was taught by him how to, quote, blow things up and make bombs. And despite their bonding activities, their relationship deteriorated somehow. Apparently because the dad was fucking around a lot, and the kid Todd didn't like that. His name's also Todd. That's not great. So when he was 15, and this is still in Arizona, he kidnapped a 14-year-old girl in his neighborhood because he was butthurt about like his dad or something. I don't know. And so he threatened her with a .22 caliber revolver, brought her back to his place, tied her up, taped her mouth shut, and then raped her. And then afterwards, he, like a gentleman, he walked her home and and then threatened to kill her younger siblings if she told anybody about what happened. So he was charged with kidnapping and sexual assault and various other things. And this sucks actually. In '87, he pleads guilty to the kidnapping charge, and everything else was dropped. So only gets like 15 years, and he has to be registered as a sex offender. Also, he was diagnosed with a favorite personality disorder of many, borderline.
Oh, wow. Weird.
So, yeah, and it gets worse. So he spends like a while in jail. I guess 14 years. And
it's a while.
It's a while. Mm-hmm. Not the full 15, but 14
that counts.
Pretty good. Yeah. And so he's in South Carolina again. And while he was in jail, he kind of was like on that Sigma male grind set. He was book learning, he was educating himself. So he came out. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in computer science, but he came out of prison, not out of the closet, as far as I can tell.
Still in the closet.
Sure. And he did graphic design. Eventually, he got his real estate license and then made a real estate firm, all while still being a registered sex offender, which
wow.
Yeah.
So where was this at this point happening? This is
still South Carolina.
Damn, dude.
He's a top selling agent in the Carolina region of South Carolina, because I guess that's not confusing. Or is it Carolina as in both Carolinas? I don't know. I'm not gonna look. Oh no, it is both Carolinas. That's what Wikipedia says. Okay. Because at this podcast, we don't just read from Wikipedia. I have a second article for some supplementary material.
Yeah, I had the Smithsonian article up.
Ooh, that's fancy.
I really did a lot of research.
I had an article from thesun.com, so we all got professional sources. Peer-reviewed journal entries.
Mm-hmm. So we got this straight white guy murdering.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy, he has a private pilot license. That's cool.
That's actually pretty cool.
He bought a shitload of property and he put a fence around it, which...
Where did he get all the money for this property?
From his real estate ventures.
90% of this guy is really cool. He knows how to make bombs. He owns a giant property.
If he wasn't a murderer and a rapist, yeah, he'd be really cool.
He has a pilot's license.
On paper, some of him looks...
Successful businessman. He's almost cool.
He's almost a Renaissance man.
Yeah,
in some ways, he's too much of one.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of he's basically the guy from what is that show? Catch Me If You Can. Basically, that guy from that movie.
But all of his credentials are legit.
Yeah, that's true.
That is pretty funny. Yeah, he has legit credentials for the most part.
God.
You know, one of his customers described him as extremely outgoing and professional, but noted that he would often talk about his firearms and subtly and use sexual innuendo during their conversations. A banker who he worked with said he often watched porn at work. So that's
okay. Yeah, that's not.
so
Cool.
you know he's not. I gotta give an even representation of this guy.
What year is this happening?
This is all supplementary information. This is all happening prior to 2016, but now we're going to jump to 2003.
I'm just wondering because watching porn at work, that's not easy to do until fairly recently.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, was this at work in the prison? Like he was somehow
no. This is out of prison.
Okay,
I assume he had like an iPhone because he got out of jail in 2001.
Okay,
and I'm assuming he had his like real estate stuff in like 2010 or something. Okay. Like he had his own business around then. I'm sure he could have been looking at stuff on his phone or tablet or on his computer. Fuck it.
Yep, I know.
Fair enough.
So we're going to 2003, where our friend Todd like went to go buy a motorcycle, and the guys were like really, rude to him, and so he kept coming back and like trying to, best them in the arena of the mind and have them be nice to him, and they never were. So eventually he was like, well, you shouldn't be rude. So he like went in and shot and killed not all four people, but four people who were there, like four of the employees.
Like a full like clearance raid, basically.
Yeah, well, and he would describe it like that to the police.
Wow.
He's like, yeah, I did pretty good, but he was like, this dude's such a piece of work, man. So
he also has a motorcycle. I mean,
yeah,
bad guy,
but he wasn't good at it, and they were making fun of him.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't make fun of people, but you also shouldn't shoot people if you're being made fun of. So both sides were wrong. I've been enlightened centrist, folks. So, and he never got caught for any of this in 2003. He confesses to all this later. So, in 2016, Kayla and her boyfriend Charles went missing after they went to clean Todd's house because Todd like knew a person who knew Charles, and like Charles needed work. And so they had a business arrangement. And I guess during the course of that the business thing, Charles and Kayla, he didn't like the cut of their jibs.
This is like the emo looking couple.
Yeah. The girl has like red, like colored hair.
Yeah, and then he's got a really nice eyebrows, actually. And a swoopy haircut.
Who's to say? Folks, you can look it up. Find out for yourself. I'm not looking at their pictures. So eventually, they go missing. Who knows why? But no, it turns out that he got mad at Charles, so he shoots Charles like I think 3 or 4 times. And then he's like, yo, Kayla, I'm going to lock you up in a fucking like shipping container. And if you don't like do sexual acts for me, like I'm going to kill you, but I won't rape you. But that is what's going to happen. So spoiler alert, that is what rape is.
Yeah, that's really
gaslighting her about what rape is.
Yeah. But I mean, he did explain this in the police investigation videos I was watching. He's like, yeah, like rape is wrong. Like I wouldn't rape her. I just let her know what was up, and she would do it willingly. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if you really understand consent very well, buddy.
I will say I do know this story because Eminem references Kayla Brown.
Does he really?
Oh wow.
He says, "I'm off the chain like Kayla Brown."
Yeah, well, that's because she was chained up inside the thing, and in the shipping container. They've like the. I think the police like while Charles was dead, like Todd took his phone and was just like posting on Facebook from Charles's account. So like make it seem like he wasn't missing, but like people would be like, "Hey, like where's Charles? Like you're not him. Like we haven't heard from it in ages." And he's like, "No, it's me. I'm Charles, and you don't need to know where I am." And then like they just use like GPS to like ping the phone and figure out where he was. So come on, Todd. And yeah,
this was like when all that stuff was super new to us, though. I mean, I probably would have been caught.
Well, this is 2016. Then. This is 2015, 2016.
Well, fuck this guy then. Never mind.
Yeah, no, he had plenty of time to figure this shit out. But yeah, no, once they found Kayla, like he's kind of fucked over. He also on the property they find 2 other bodies where it was a similar situation, but instead of like keeping the girl one alive as like a sex slave, he just like eventually murdered her for being annoying. I think that's kind of how he phrased it. I
mean, that's terrible, but yeah,
it is what it is. So he's called the Amazon review killer because like he would leave really strange, well, not strange. One could say that they, if out of context, are funny reviews on the Amazon products he would buy to like do things. So he bought like a spade, and he's like, keep in car for when you have to hide the bodies and you left the full-size shovel at home. Does not come with a midget, which would have been nice. 5 stars.
Dude, this guy's
wild.
Yeah, really.
He's trying to get on he's trying to get posted on Reddit or something.
Yeah, no, he's like, there's a chainsaw review. It's like, works excellent. Getting the neighbor to stand still while you chase it with it is hard enough without having an easy to use chainsaw. He's got padlocks. For those solid locks, have 5 on a shipping container. Won't stop them, but sure will slow them down till they are too old to care. Like, yikes, because he did actually have padlocks on the fucking shipping container. And like he was also talking about how the women that he would keep locked up would like want stuff, and so he'd like order it online, and he'd be like judging them for the shit that they said they would want. Like the Kayla was like asking for like adult coloring books, and he was like, I mean, I got them for her because she asked for it, but like, what the fuck? Like, who uses adult coloring books? It's so weird. And I'm like, buddy, what's your damage, dude?
Oh man. Did he like leave reviews about how the women enjoyed them? Like, is that
I don't think he
be a good one.
I don't think he conceptualizes that women can enjoy things.
No, he can kink shame them though, because I think he was covering his own ass, but he was. Yeah,
like wow,
you should look up the fucking
this girl I was raping was into some real weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he basically said that to the police. It's really wild.
God,
and that's basically Todd. I think he's in jail for like 7 life sentences or something. So
that's good.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. I don't know if he's going to get the death penalty or not. Oh no, he is. No, he's not going to.
That's good.
But there's no parole, so I guess that's how he dodged the death penalty. But maybe he could have gotten it, and that would have been fine. I don't know.
One of the people I've been looking at this list for so long. One of the people he killed was a woman named Beverly Guy.
I think that was one of the car dealership people, or not motorcycle people.
Yeah, Beverly Guy, a woman. Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
There's just occasionally serial killers that are bad, but just kind of do it for you as a person. You're like, that guy. That's unluckily how I feel about this dude. Besides, listen, if he didn't rape, I would be like, okay, this guy seems fine, but that's what pushes it over the edge. into not being okay.
It seemed like from all of his interviews, like the stuff that would set him off, like other than when he was a kid raping, as a 15-year-old raping a 14-year-old, which is that's almost one of the most insane things of the whole story.
That's like 3 crimes. Yeah.
Like he was just like, people were being rude to him. So he's like, well, I'm going to take justice into my own hands, even though it's like wildly disproportionate.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said for a man who's like, they're being rude and I will not abide by that. But you don't kill people. Don't rape people. Don't do anything to anybody else without their consent, folks. I think that's a takeaway message from this week's episode.
Yeah, him being kind of like a rich guy also doesn't help. Like if he was a waiter and then he like followed people to their cars when they gave him a bad tip and then did this,
Yeah, sure.
That would be troubling, but
folks keep an eye out on Comrade.
Tip him well.
Yeah, exactly. Leave money on the counter, and I will pretend I didn't see it and then take it.
The only criminal that we've covered on this podcast that I stand like that, all of the women and Killdozer.
Killdozer.
What about the mystery man with 21 faces? That group, I gotta give them props because they didn't really even do anything that bad. They just like fucked with people.
Yeah, I mean they did like the successful version of the Weather Underground, basically, where they just jokingly terrorize society without killing people.
Like the Joker.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Folks. How do we get the Joker played by all 21 faces of this man?
When are they going to do a cinematic adaptation of the Mystery Man with 21 faces? That's a great, you could do that.
Yeah.
That would be a good
movie. You could
movie.
absolutely do that.
Yeah, you could even get you could honestly cast a bunch of not samurai dudes. Sorry, that's not.
That would be cool. That would be cool though.
The Japanese people as samurai dudes. You could cast Beat Takeshi as a fucking investigator that has to get behind it and is just surround. The guy from the most famous Yakuza actor.
You got to get Paul Schrader directing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it'd be like Mishima 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna email him.
There you go.
I have a film idea for you, sir.
And I know you can pull it off.
Dude, you could do a Michael Mann and then shoot it entirely through closed circuit TV cameras.
That would be cool too.
That would be pretty cool, yeah.
I should fucking make this movie. Fuck all these other people. Bad Boy Crimes Productions.
Bad Boy Crimes Studios. We're getting the podcast studio off the ground. That's going to get us some ad revenue to fund this movie.
HelloFresh, Magic Spoon, NordVPN, Skillshare, Squarespace. Any of you guys want us?
I'm going to see if I can get my DM. I mean, once I have my sausage shop, I will actually pay for you guys to sponsor it. But for now, I mean, I could just try to make my grocery store do it.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll throw somebody some money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
who's to say how much? I don't know yet, but yeah,
I'll take it. Any closing thoughts from anyone?
Be nice to each other,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
And fuck the Doug Zone. Am I right?
Oh, great. Fuck the Doug Zone.
The Doug Zone.
I was just on the Doug Zone. It's literally their best episode to date. Don't listen to it. None of it's worth it.
You sound less sick for our show, though, so that's great.
You know why?
You're like, because I took medicine.
I was putting it on for their episode to make it worse. It's the long con.
It wasn't that long of a con. It was just like less than a week. But okay.
How much
the moderate con?
How much work have you missed at this new job since starting?
Have you worked more than you have it?
That's honestly what I'm wondering.
I started early September, and I have missed about a month.
Nice.
Total. Yeah. It's not my fault. I had COVID, and I should have remained off. But then I tested negative twice. So, way to go, healthcare system.
I'm never gonna get it.
COVID.
I was
I'm built
looking
different.
at the Texas information, the statistics, the topographical map.
It's not great.
It's not looking good.
Statistically, I should have it.
Yeah, this is the first time that Oregon's actually doing very badly with spreading.
I think everyone's everybody's given up, and they're like, well, if people are going to die, they're going to die, and that's that. And I'm like, iron sharpens iron, man. I can't.
There you go.
If it's the basis of which I build my life on, I can't critique it.
Yep. I mean, none of the people I work with that take the bus to work have gotten sick. Just saying.
I'm just surprised I haven't gotten sick because, like, I am not trying at all to not get it.
Life is a fickle bitch. All right. That's your closing thoughts? You wanted to call me out about my work schedule, you piece of garbage?
Oh, no. I mean, my closing thoughts were going to be that I'm going to get a burner phone and people can call me on it. I don't have the number yet, but if you want to, just Venmo me $5 to NICK/ just the dash KCIN, and then help me buy that burner phone, and then you can also call me.
Cool. Call Comrade for it as like a helpline.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very helpful.
a premium suicide hotline, I guess.
Oh God, that's just
and other things. It's just a premium hotline.
I don't want it to be the spiral hotline. That's unlucky.
Arguably, I don't want that Discord channel to exist at all.
God.
Advertising your hotline to our listeners and being like, I don't want this to be a spiral hotline. Kind of counterproductive.
Yeah, exactly. I just, who knows?
All right. Join the Discord. Listen to an audiobook from audible.ca.
Not an ad, just you should do it.
Just come to a butcher shop in Portland, and I might be the person begrudgingly handing you something.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
I hope she texts me back. Yeah.
All right. Yep. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Do you want to plug anything, comrade?
I guess you could follow me at the Comrade Poetry Zone on the Duck Zone podcast, the Duck Zone Discord. I have no online presence other than that. Just only Discord. So yeah, that's it.
That's
Send me money.
That's such a Chad way to be online. Is like, yeah, I only have Discord.
Yeah, exactly. I only have Discord and Venmo. So send me some money. I'll give you my phone number.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.